Cardinals are traveling to Hartwick this week as they look to improve their record to a 4-0 season. Excuse me, to a 5-0. After seeing the first 4 games of the season, what do you think the Cardinals' chances are this weekend?
Well, Drew, I easily can believe that the Cardinals have a solid chance of going 5-0. They've played their first couple games against some teams that they've been known to beat, Buff State and Kings College. But with that wake-up call that was the Courage Bowl, I mean, the Cardinals didn't play their best football in that one. They were able to walk away with a W. They came into Ithaca against a solid rival and actually pretty much shut down anything they had going for them. Granted, Dan Juvan had quite a few yards through the air, but that running game was just decimated, really showing that one of the weaker parts of the team was at the beginning of the season was the defense. They really stepped up and showed that they can probably go into Hartwick, a team who I think most people should not count out. I mean, their coach has said that at the beginning when they were ranked to be in the later part of the Empire 8 standings, that this is the team to be reckoned with. And when they beat Ithaca, that pretty much just opened up the floodgates for the fact that they could actually be a surprise team to really put some upsets here in the Empire 8.
Seth, you did mention Hartwick as being 2-1 so far this season as they look to improve their record to 3-1 against Fisher this weekend. However, Fisher's defense has been stifling all season long. And you did mention the fact that both Rob Kramer and Ryan Hansing have been playing outstanding football so far this season. But one thing you did forget was the wide receivers are doing their part as well at the offensive line. What do you want to say on that part?
No, Drew, to talk about that wide receiving core, it is one of the deep parts, though, led by Jimmy Smith, Josiah Smith, and Tim Marion. This is a team that has a lot of solid wide receivers, and not just one standout wide receiver. You can essentially say that all 4 of them are standout wide receivers. In fact, even their tight ends, Rieger and Harmon, are superb. I mean, both of them are usually utilized as like a fullback / tight end position to use for blocking. But when it comes to short yardage gains, those guys can really step it up and make those key plays the Cardinals need to succeed.
You know, a team picked to finish next to last, Hartwick, could be a surprise team in the Empire 8 Conference this year. And do you think they can somehow sneak into the NCAA tournament?
I don't see why not. I mean, we saw that Ithaca has its weaknesses. They lost to Hartwick and they lost to Fisher, which is a normal rivalry game. And the fact that Springfield, a team last year that pretty much ruined the Cardinals' chance for a perfect season up until the Mount Union game, they lost this past week. And the Alfred, another strong team. It just really goes to show that this Empire 8 is a really strong football conference. And essentially every single year could be anybody's year. In Hartwick, they're starting to prove all the critics wrong on that one there, Drew.
Well, we'll see this coming up weekend as St. John Fisher travels to Hartwick University.